No kidding. Salutations, viewers, or should I say happy holidays. Welcome to AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Tonight we have the holiday edition of the girls and boys doubleheader for AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Tonight it's the girls starting first. The 3-0 Ankeny Centennial Jaguars take on your 3-1 Ames Little Cyclones. Thanks for joining us. Once again, happy holidays, folks. Carter White with Ryan Eggert, live from Ames High Gymnasium. Both the girls and boys have had an exhausting past 8 days, including this, one of 5 games being played since last Monday. So I'm sure they're looking forward to being done for a bit, but there's one more game left to go. The girls just came off a quite disappointing loss to Cedar Rapids Kennedy, but now their opponent is Ankeny Centennial. In just their short 6-year history, the Jaguars have a 9-2 record all time against the Cyclones. And interestingly enough, those 2 wins for Ames were at Centennial. Nevertheless, the Little Cyclones have quite a show to put on if they want a victory in this lopsided rivalry.
They have quite the task ahead of them tonight. they don't want to have a repeat of Saturday, so they'll need to perform at their absolute best to get a win tonight. And obviously, the home court has definitely not been an advantage through this rivalry, so they'll definitely be looking for that first home win against Centennial.
Now, the best thing for Ames to do is to try and eliminate whoever Centennial's biggest threat is. That's quite obviously senior Maggie Phipps. She averages 19.3 points a game, and the only other person on Centennial who comes close is Jackie Pippett, who averages 9.7 a game. But all the Jaguars would probably have to do is take away the threat of Waite and Ames, and they'd be set too. Just like with Cedar Rapids Kennedy, I think the ultimate factor of this game is who does a better job of containing the opposing threat.
Yeah, it definitely will come down to who can contain the opposing threat tonight. Ames will need to shut down Phipps, as you mentioned, as well as the rest of the team, all the while putting up a sufficient offense to, prevent some sort of comeback like we saw last Saturday. And it'll be a close game. I think it'll be closer than last year because the rivalry has definitely had a margin at the end of the game in the last few years.
Tip-off and starters coming up right after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching the holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. The holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Let's get into your starters. First for the Jaguars, head coached by Scott DeJong. A senior forward, number 2, Bella Robin. A sophomore guard, number 10, Avery Porter. A senior forward, number 15, Jackie Pippett. A senior guard, number 22, Maggie Phipps. And a junior guard, number 40, Ellie Street. Now for the Little Cyclones, head coached by Joel Sullivan. A 5'7" sophomore guard, number 0, Ireland Buss. A 5'4" senior guard, number 4, Caroline Waite. A 5'10" senior forward, number 12, Leah Tesians. A 6' sophomore forward, number 40, Kennedy White. And a 6'1" senior guard/forward, number 42, Ashley Iams. Here we go. It's Iams and it's Robin. Both sides of the court well filled up with fans, and we're underway. So here we go. Ames won the tip. Iams moving around the arch to start things off. Here's Buss with a drive. Stops at the baseline, dishes to Tesians, who gets it to Waite, top of the key. Tesians sets up a screen, and Waite's going to move around the arch instead of taking advantage of that screen. Buss almost got a backcourt violation. She was very close. She's double teamed, and a travel's going to be called. Porter and Robin on the double team, and it was a really good job by Centennial to make sure that they were able to stop Buss and cause her to travel.
Yeah, that was a well-timed double team, and they like to defend very high up, which could lead them susceptible to being beat on the drive had they had to stop so high up.
Maggie Phipps, who we talked about, is going to be a dangerous contribution to the Centennial team. So Ames has got to make sure they shut her down.
Yeah. Yes, they do. They need to shut her down to have a better chance of winning.
Teardrop from Waite from the baseline's no good. 7 minutes to go in the first, and Centennial has the ball. It's Street to Robin. Pass to Phipps. She drives for the hole. Dishes out for a baseline jumper. It's Pippett. Centennial gets the rebound, and it's going to be Phipps once again with the only 5 points scored in this game thus far. 6:38 to go in the first.
Oh.
Great job so far by Centennial. Good start. Waite finds White at the right wing. Back to Waite at the left wing. 6:20 to go in the first. Man-to-man defense from Centennial. Here's Iams with the ball. 6:10 to go in the first. At the foul line, she's double teamed. Passes to Tejans. Back to Iams at the left wing. 6:03 to go in the first. Here's Buss at the top of the key. Shifts around the arch. Tries to move inside. Ball's going to be almost stolen by Pippett. Jump ball and the possession arrow keeps it in the hands of the Jaguars. Or puts it in the hands of the Jaguars, rather. So once again, it's Centennial who's able to keep things up with the defense. 5:37 to go in the first as Ames gets the ball back. Here's Buss Tejans from the paint. Can't lay it in. Rebound's going to be taken by Phipps. Oh, and the ball will go out of bounds. Robin tried to get her hands on it, and it'll be Ames with the ball.
Yep. I think it'll definitely.
Number 33, Julia Graw, checks into the Ames lineup.
Yeah, it'll definitely help Ames if they can try and get some points off of these turnovers that Centennial are inflicting upon themselves.
Here's Waite. At the left wing, takes a long three. Oh! She hit that one from China, and Ames is finally on the board with 5:05 and counting to go in the first. Inside, pass to Pippett. She's fouled on her way there. I think they're going to get Iams for that. No, they're getting Waite, rather. Pippett's first one from the line is going to make it. 6-3.
On the line for Centennial. Into the Jaguar lineup, number 11,
McKenna Clark checks in for the Jaguars. Second one from the line is good. 7-3. 5 minutes to go in the first. Here's Pippett. Caroline Waite with the ball. 4:53 to go in the first. Waite tried to keep the ball in bounds as she drove for the hole. I'm not really sure what was happening there.
Yeah. Well, she didn't have too many options available to try and get that ball off before she went out of bounds, so unfortunate there.
Robin at the top of the key. A dish to Phipps. Long three. No. Off the top of the iron, and Ames will take it the other way. Just over 4.5 to play in the first. Here's Graw at the right wing. Finds her fellow sophomore, Kennedy White. A dish inside to Iams, who's fouled on her way to the hole.
Jaguar foul charge to number 23, Maggie Phipps.
They're going to get Maggie Phipps on that. So the most dangerous player for both teams now has a foul. Caroline Waite for Ames and Maggie Phipps for Centennial, as Iams' first one from the line is no good.
Yeah, you want to go after Phipps, cause her to commit those fouls, and then take her out of the game, in essence.
Second one from Iams is no good. She is one of the more prominent free throw shooters, and unfortunately she missed both of them that time. Pippett no good inside the paint. Ames takes over possession off a rebound from Julia Graw. 4:10 to go in the first. Here's Iams at the right wing. White trying to set up a screen. Inside she moves. Here's Gra, top of the key, 3, nope. White gets it back. Here's Waite. Trying to move fast around the arch. Passes to Gra. 3:50 to go in the first. Pass to Ames near the center circle. Man-to-man defense from Centennial. Foul will be called.
Street.
They're going to get Street, yep. So that's two fouls for Centennial, 1 for Ames.
For the Jaguars, number 24, Lizzie Strong. And number 10, Avery Porter.
Lizzie Strom
Number 20, Cameron Moon.
and Avery Porter back into the Centennial lineup, and Moon checks in for Ames.
Another foul there in the lane as Ames is going up to shoot it.
Jaguar foul charge to number 15, Jackie Pippin. Her first. Team foul number 3. Ames will return to the free throw line. Shoot 2.
3:39 to go in the first. Ames' first one is good. 7-4. That's her first bucket of the night. Got a second one from Ames, yep. So the first time she went to the line, she missed them both. Second time, she redeems herself.
Yep. It may be just a little bit of a slow start, but she picked it right back up where she left off.
Deerdorf checks into the Ames lineup as Centennial has it. 3.5 and counting to go in the first. Phipps, top of the key, no good. Rebound's going to be taken by Porter. She can't lay it in. So you got Ames with the rebound for Ames, and they'll take it the other way. 3:10 to go in the first. Waite with a deep 3, and she got it to give Ames their first lead of the night. 8-7, 3 minutes to go in the first. Here's Phipps to get it back for Centennial, no. Ball will go out of bounds. Actually, Coach Joel Sullivan was actually able to get it for the little Cyclones.
Number 12, Olivia Anderson.
Olivia Anderson checks into the Centennial lineup. 2:57 to go in the first. Waite had to consider the baseball pass to Ames, but instead dished it off to Moon on the inbound. 2:46 to go in the first. Waite, Deerdorf sets up a screen, and that leaves an open lane for Waite. She wasn't able to lay it in, but she's going to draw the foul. Good play by Waite.
Yeah, good play by Waite to be able to just get that extra step of separation that she needed to drive to the basket.
If there's any player you don't want to send to the line, it's Caroline Waite, who shoots 81% from the line. She is dangerous, so you definitely, really all around, she can make plays happen. So if Caroline Waite is definitely one of the two players, if she misses her second one of the two players that Centennial needs to be shutting down tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned that at the top of the broadcast that it needed to shut Waite and Ames down. I mean, Ames hasn't scored a ton of points yet, but granted, we're only in the first quarter, so there's a long ways to go.
They're going to call a blocking foul on Tesians. Almost looked like you could have had a travel on McKenna Clark, who's going to be going to the line. She cuts the lead down to 1, 9-8, 2:22 to go in the first. Julia Gra checks back into the Ames lineup. Yep, tie game at 9 apiece. And a timeout will be called by Centennial. And that's going to bring us to a quick break. 2:22 to go in the first, 9-9 your score. Keep it right here, you're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube, the Holiday Edition. Welcome back into it, folks. We actually got to the we actually got back into it a little bit late. Sorry about that. Anyways, 2:10 to go in the first. Gra corner, right wing three is good. 12-9. Julia Gra is actually known for her prominent three-point shooting.
Yeah, she is. We've seen it multiple times this year as Ames gets the steal away.
Iams takes it the other way for the Little Cyclones. Top of the key three from Iams. Yes! 15-9. Two back-to-back threes for the Little Cyclones. Puts them up by 6.
Yeah, that was a mistake from Strom there. She should have taken Iams on because Iams is too dangerous from outside the arc to be left unguarded.
Now the Jaguars get right what the doctor ordered as Tejans picks up her second foul. Strom is going to go to the number 24, Lizzie Strom, senior forward, going to the line to shoot 2. Jackie Pippett checks into the Jaguars lineup, and you got Kennedy White checking into the Ames lineup, as well as Buss, Ireland Buss. Shot from Strom is good to cut the lead in half with a three-point play. That right there is what Ankeny Centennial needed to just keep themselves in this game and not let Ames have a run.
Yeah. Ames is going to not need to turn the ball over right there.
Speaking of a run, here's Phipps, who's double-teamed by Moon and Gra, but she managed to get the ball away. Here's Street inside. Pippett, Phipps, left wing three. No. The game was almost tied right back up, and Robin's going to get the ball for the Jaguars. They're going to keep it. Here's Phipps again. Oh, and the game was almost tied right back up. And another offensive rebound, and the ball's going to get stolen by Buss. That was some golden opportunity by Centennial. They weren't able to get the job done.
Yeah.
Wait, in the paint, double teamed. Back out to Gra, top of the key three. No, rebound's going to be taken by Phipps. Oh, and I think you might have a foul on. Are you going to have a foul on Moon?
Yeah. I don't know.
Iams checks back into the Ames lineup with 37 seconds to go in the first. Centennial with a chance to cut the lead down to 1 or to tie the game right back up as Buss is going to get her hands on the ball and get a steal. And Ames calls a timeout. Smart move by Buss to call the timeout right after getting the steal.
Oh, what a last minute we've had. It's just been kind of all over the place, you know. Oh.
And with that, actually, let's not take a break. It seems like it's going to be short enough of a time. Seems like it's going to be short enough of a timeout. Let's just not take a break. Let's keep it here instead.
Yeah.
Well,
seems that way.
Well, it's a relatively high-scoring game thus far. It's 15-12. Both teams are keeping it close. It's ultimately going to depend on who keeps up their chemistry because both teams, honestly, are playing with great teamwork.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one thing that Ames needs to cut down on from Ankeny Centennial is not allowing Centennial to get those offensive rebounds. We saw, like, I don't know how many in a row we saw there. Oh.
White tried to pass the Buss in the paint way too far, and the ball goes to Centennial on the out of bounds. Sometimes you just overshoot. 15 seconds to go in the first. Centennial can hold for the last shot. Tie the game back up potentially. Here's Street. Three-pointer from Clark. No, off the top of the rim. Robin unable to put it back up, and the ball will stay in the hands of Centennial with just 0.2 of a second in the first, so I'm not sure if Centennial's really going to be able to get a shot off.
It would have to be almost like a
tip in or something. That's not
Yeah,
going to
doesn't
count.
Not going to count.
Pippett made it, but that's not going to count. She would have had to practically, it would have had to practically been like a bump or a set in
Yeah, it was-
volleyball in order for that to count.
Yeah, it would have had to be just like that, because getting the ball and getting shot off takes about, I don't know, maybe a second at minimum. But I'm no expert.
Absolutely. And with that, that's the end of the first quarter. And with that, we will take a quick break and be right back with your second quarter. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube, the Holiday Edition. AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube is brought to you by the following. OBS Studio, free and open source software for video recording and live streaming. Download and start streaming quickly and easily on Windows, Mac, or Linux. And by YouTube Live, bringing you live streams on youtube.com since 2008. Want to stay up to date on all things AHS Sports Network? Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook coming soon. And with that, we welcome you back into it, 12-15 as we begin the second quarter, which actually already began. Centennial has the ball. There was some aggressive ball handling happening right under the hoop. Kennedy White will be charged with her first foul. And that's 5 fouls for Ames. Turnaround jumper is no good from Robin. Just under 7.5 to go in the second, and Ames has the ball. Wait from the elbow, yes! 17-12 to put the Little Cyclones up by 5. 7:13 to go in the second.
Oof.
Phipps from the paint, good. Nice teardrop. And Phipps erases Waite's bucket to make it up back to a 3-point game. 6:56 to go in the second. Iams. Graw, top of the key. Pass inside. Iams tried to get it. It was stolen. Fantastic play by Alhamed. Dish out to Street, corner 3. No. It air balls, and White gets the rebound for Ames, and they'll take over possession. It might just be me, but I feel like there's a lot of missed threes from both sides of the ball in this game.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a couple of missed threes here and there.
Iams inside, double teamed, and the foul. That makes 7 points for Iams tonight.
Team foul number 5. Substitutions for the Jaguars is number 11,
McKenna Clark heads in for the Jaguars, and Island Bus heads in for the Little Cyclones, as well as Elena Deerdorf. Iams can't finish with the and one, so it's just a 5-point game. Pass to Phipps, top of the key, 3, yes! As Outcast would say, that 3-pointer was so fresh and so clean, and it's a 2-point game. 5:50 to go in the second. Pass inside to Deerdorf, to White at the elbow. Iams from just inside lays it in. 21-17, a 4-point lead for the Little Cyclones.
Yeah, got to make sure they keep a lead somewhat at this size.
Reverse layup from Phipps. And the lead is back to 2. 21-19, 5:20 to go in the second. Pass inside. Oh! I do not understand what happened there. Bus, it practically hit the back of Bus, and instead of being a successful pass from Kennedy White, his Phipps is no good underneath the hole. Doesn't mean much as Ames now gets the ball back. Here's Cameron Moon. Deerdorf inside, and she's gonna lay it in. What a play. That was a great move. Moon inside to Deerdorf for the bucket.
Yeah. She had a very open lane. Nobody was guarding her, and now it's back to a 4-point game.
Foul is going to be called by Street, even though it almost seemed like she was the one who ran into Buss, who the foul was called on.
Number 0, Ireland Buss. Her first, team foul number 6. Street on the line.
So it's Street who is on the line for the Jaguars. 23 to 19, 23 to 20 is now the score. Leah Tejans checks back into the little Cyclone lineup. 4:32 to go in the second. Second one's no good. Ireland Buss. Ashley Iams with the ball now, and it's 4:25 to go in the second. To Deerdorf from the foul line to Buss. Drives for the, oh, she drove for the hole, lost the ball. Now it's 4:18 to go in the second, and Centennial's going to have it.
Ames has to avoid turning over the ball like that.
Sorry, folks, we almost forgot to change the possession arrow. It's Centennial who currently has it. What's the call going to be
What are
for
they
McKenna
calling
Clark?
They called a foul against.
They're going to
the Buss.
call a foul on.
Say what?
What did she do? What did she do?
Trip. The person.
Clark
like,
fell down.
Officials like to give Christmas gifts to the visiting team, I guess.
Clark fell down. That was
yeah,
not a foul.
That's not. I thought they were going to call a travel, and
Well, the first one from the line is good. 23 to 21. 4:11 to go in the second. Here's a second one from Clark. Yep. Now just a 1-point game thanks to what I believe to not be that good of a call. But it is what it is. Ames has the ball. They are aggressively double teaming. A foul is going to be called on Clark. Looks like we got a little bit of instant karma going on, but there's a lot of double teaming going on by this Centennial defense. And, you know, that honestly, it works out at the end of the day.
it works out, but then again, like we've mentioned before, you do run the risk of, leaving somebody open. But Ames hasn't really been able to find that open person so far, so it's really been working for Centennial.
Jump ball with a fight for the ball, and that's going to give that'll give it to, that's going to give it to Centennial as they had the possession arrow. 3:44 to go in the second.
Oh, she's open.
Pass to Phipps in the corner for three. No. Like I said, it seems like a lot of missed three-pointers are being made. It seems like Phipps needs to drive for the hole a little bit more. She doesn't seem to be making these three-pointers all that often.
On the contrary, she was not tracked through the lane. Nobody was pecking her up. Everybody was staying to her man, and nobody was able to realize that she was open.
3:16 to go in the second. Here comes White into the Ames lineup. Strom. Pass to Porter. Now here comes Strom again. Phipps from the foul line lays it in. It bounces around and it's good, and Centennial's back in the lead. 24 to 23, just under 3 minutes to play in the second. So that's now Phipps with 14 points out of the 24 that have been scored. for Centennial. Three-pointer from Ames. No, in and out. Rebound's going to be taken by White.
Three-second violation, I believe.
It seems like it, but
Why didn't she shoot the ball?
White?
Why didn't she? Yeah, she could have, turned around and gotten a shot up.
I don't know. It seems like White needs to be. I've noticed a few times that White had golden opportunities to try and just put up the ball, but she didn't. Maggie Phipps, as she drives for the hole, I think they're going to get Ames on that one.
Yep.
Good thing that's only her first. Yep.
Foul is whistled on number 42, Ashley Ames, for the Little Cyclones. That's her first. Phipps will go to the line.
First one from the line from Phipps is good, 25 to 23. 2:29 to go in the second. And she'll try a second one from the line. Well, we talked about how much of a contribution she'd make, and she now has 16 of the 26 points that Centennial has.
Yeah. How much did she average in terms of points again?
19 a game.
Oh,
About.
my goodness.
She's
Well,
just
she's
three.
probably going to end up hitting that number relatively soon. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens by the end of the first half.
She's probably going to end up getting more of that number as Strom is too strong on the layup. No pun intended. Seriously. Strom for three. No. Rebound's going to be taken by Ames. You seem kind of shocked about something that happened.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It was too long ago.
Gra trying to get the ball back as it's stolen by Strom. Lays it in. 28 to 23. And now Centennial's up by 5. And you don't want either team to get really a run going. But now it seems like Centennial might be in a position to do that if nobody's careful from Ames. Wait, can't find the separation she needs for the three-pointer, so she dishes it to Gra. She's double-teamed, and a foul's going to be called. They're going to get Phipps on that one.
That's her second, I believe.
Or no, wait, they're not getting Phipps. They're getting Clark.
Oh,
My
well,
bad.
that's her second instead.
So Bella Robin will check in for Centennial. A reporter checks in for Ames. Cameron Moon checks in for Ames. Julia Gra shoots 1 and 1 from the line. No good. 1:24 to go in the second. Baseline jumper is good from Phipps, and it's a 7-point lead for Centennial. If I'm not mistaken, that's the biggest lead of the night by either team.
I believe that is correct.
Timeout taken by Ames. That brings them down to just 3 timeouts left. And that's a full timeout, so that'll bring us to a break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube, the Holiday Edition. Welcome back into the holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube, the girls' side of the doubleheader. Oops, you don't want to see us right now. You want to see them.
Nah.
Although I'm sure you'd love to see our handsome faces. These guys are the main attraction.
Yeah, as of right now, because we still haven't got to halftime yet. Anyway.
A minute to go in the first half. Iams pass to Gra, top of the key three. With how high arched that three-pointer was. somewhere over the rainbow.
Uh-huh. That was quite a hard arcing three.
Total Cyclone foul will be charged to number 4, Caroline.
They're going to get Wade on that one.
Team foul number 9.
Wade has her second.
Street will go to the line, 1-1.
Centennial's almost in the double bonus as a first shot is good from Street. Because 9 fouls for Ames. 7 fouls for Centennial, which means Ames is also in the bonus. Street, good from the line. Centennial increases the lead to 9 with 45 seconds to go in the second. Waite floats it up, no good. Rebound is taken, but Waite had to fall on her face to try and save it. But Centennial would end up with it. 30 seconds to go in the second. Street, left wing three, nope. Ball goes out of bounds off of Centennial, and that'll keep the ball in the hands of the little Cyclones, who definitely need it considering the, oh no, keeps the ball in the hands of the Jaguars.
Yeah. Everything's fell their way this first half. Every out of bounds that I can remember has gone Centennial's way.
Maggie Phipps. Phipps inside. Lays it up and in. Bounces around and it goes in. An 11-point lead for Centennial. 13 seconds to go in the second. 10 seconds to go in the second. Wait, just inside half court. Got to put a shot up eventually, and I think we're going to have a foul.
For a foul. Yep.
They're going to call it on Street.
Centennial foul is on number 40, Ellie Street, her second.
That's her second of the night. 4.8 to go.
Jaguars, number 5, Elena Al-Amid. Wait will go to the free throw line with a 1-and-1.
So Wade heads to the free throw line. 1-and-1. Got the first one. Okay. Now get yourself within 10 points with the second one right here. At least some momentum heading into the second half.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
yeah.
the second one's going to miss.
Yeah,
Someone's got to get a
2,
shot off. Here's
1.
Phipps. Just inside half
No
court.
way.
Way
That's
too
okay.
strong.
And that's the end of your first half from the
34-24 is your final score as Centennial manages to get a little bit of a pull away going for them. And Ames is going to have some work to do when they get back on the court.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do. 10-point deficit and a player who's got 20 points in this first half in Phipps. So they're going to have to obviously work on, making her commit fouls or to completely shutting her down.
High drill team under the direction of Sarah Buss. Tonight they will be performing their show production routine.
All right, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, tonight for your halftime entertainment, we feature the Ames High Drill Team under the direction of Sarah Buss.
This routine placed first at state. Please welcome the Ames High Drill Team State Championship Show Production Routine.
fantastic performance by the Ames High drill team. And with that, that brings us at halftime, and we will be back with your second half right after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching the holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back from halftime, folks. The holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And so far we've seen, well, dominant performance from Centennial. Ames was able to pull away a little bit, get a 6-point lead at most, and then Centennial pulled away, got a 10-point lead. What's interesting is Ames' two best players, Waite and Iams, Waite has 10, Iams has 9, and then after that, you got Phipps, the single best player on Centennial, and she has 20 points. So the two best players on Ames combined for one less point than the best player on Centennial.
Yeah.
If we saw more from Waite and Iams, you know, there could be, or even from anybody else on the team, because it's a team sport at the end of the day, then this lead could very well be different.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's gonna have to contribute here, and no, there haven't been many opportunities.
Inside, a block from Pippett, once again showing off the aggressive defense of the Jaguars. Pippett, pass out to Phipps, and the ball's gonna go out of bounds. 26 to 34. Ames with a chance now to decrease the lead, and they desperately need to.
Yeah, they gotta, you know, come out of the gate with guns a-blazing and be able to knock down some much-needed shots here.
Bus double teamed, a lot of double teaming, like I said, from Centennial, and the ball's turned over again. The defense of Centennial is paying off. No foul on Waite falling down.
You don't think that was an extension of the arm there? That certainly looked like one from our vantage point.
37 to 26, 6:40 to go in the third. The ball was almost stolen back by Phipps. Some more double teaming. Here's White. White trying to pass to somebody. Finally finds Iams. Can't lay it in. Here's Waite with the rebound. Just barely stays in bound. Corner three. Yes! 37-29. Caroline Waite trying to find separation against this Centennial defense is like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Yeah. Got that pretty much right. You know, there hasn't been much, and I think she was quite fortunate that nobody really was able to closely follow her down the baseline or whatever.
And it would only mean so much as Phipps is going to put the Centennial Jaguars back up by 11. 26 points now for Phipps. Iams at the top of the key, defended by Phipps, speak of the Angel. She'll pass to Waite. Deep three. I do not agree with taking that shot that deep.
She had no leverage there to really take a shot, and I missed that.
Phipps can't lay it in from outside either, so Ames takes over. 5:25 to go in the third. Waite drives for the hole, makes some fake. Great fake right there by Waite, and now she drew the foul. An opportunity to get some points up for the Little Cyclones. So Waite will go to the line and shoot two. Both teams now with a foul apiece, as Waite's first one from the line is good.
Number 24, Lizzie Strom in for the Jaguars.
30 to 40, Lizzie Strom in for the Jaguars. Waite's second shot from the line, yep. 40 to 31.
Cameron Moon, number 20, subbing in for the Little Cyclones.
Cameron Moon subs in for the Little Cyclones. And Centennial has the ball. Here is Porter, rather, with the ball. Pass around the arch. Phipps for three. No good. Rebound taken by Moon. 5:05 to go in the third. Street deflects it out of bounds. And once again, this Centennial defense overwhelming the little Cyclones.
Yeah, that's the very blunt way to put it. That's the way it's gone so far.
At least they get the ball. Iams underneath, and what a great job to wait for Phipps to pass to put up the layup for an easy bucket for Iams. But underneath, it's going to be Street and the foul from Iams. Or Robin, rather, with the basket. You know, just when Ames manages to strike back at Centennial, they strike again.
Yep, trading blows. Ames hasn't, been able to get a strike and be able to, not allow points. It's a back and forth, but the lead is too big right now.
Well, at least Robin didn't make it, but she got her own rebound practically. And that's going to be Clark laying it in for three. 45-33. And Centennial just continuing to pour it on. And here's Phipps. Ball is almost stolen. And Buss is going to pass it out of bounds. And
I'm not exactly sure if she thought somebody was over there, but yeah, not a good play there.
This is quite similar to what we saw in Ames versus Centennial last year, when Centennial, with their defense, was just able to really get into Ames's heads. As a three-pointer here from Robin is going to make it. 48-33, 15-point lead. The Centennial Jaguars are starting to pull away play by play, bucket by bucket. Can Ames make a response? We'll find out after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching the holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. 3:58 to go in the third, 48-33. Centennial pulls away to get a 15-point lead over the little Cyclones. And we got to see something happen from this Ames team.
Right.
And it looks like there's a little bit of a...
Oh, wait. What just happened?
Oh, they're calling it on. They're calling a foul on Street. That puts her in foul trouble with three. You know... It's moments like that where Centennial's aggressive defense backfires, but it usually hasn't so far. And, well, there we go again.
Come on.
Robin inside. Layup is good from Strong.
Don't.
50-33. Ames just cannot get anything going. Here's Buss. Pass to Moon. In the corner. 3:25 to go in the third. Wait, corner three. No. They desperately needed that, and instead it's going to be Porter taking it all the way, and the foul. And the foul. And all of a sudden, it's a 19-point game. I can't believe this. So Iams is going to check in for Ames, which is good because they need her back. And Porter got the and one. 20-point game. 20-point game. This was a game that was only a margin of, I believe, 9 or 11. Yeah, and now it's 20.
Just turnovers have been killing us so far.
Oh, White inside, can't lay it in. Neither can Deerdorf. We're going to have a foul. They're going to get Robin on that one. 2 for her. 3 fouls apiece for the little, 3 fouls apiece for Jaguars and the little Cyclones. 3 fouls a team, I should say. Oh, how about that little play by, from Wait to Ames. An airborne little teardrop. I like that. Phipps drive for the hole from Strom. She's not going to lay it in. Ball goes out of bounds, or was that a kick ball?
Centennial would have got the ball either way, but I don't think it was a kick ball, just a deflection. But just plays like that, you know, they've been opening up. They've been opening Ames's defense up, and just they're getting too many easy buckets here.
That's her third personal. Team foul number 4. Strong will go to the line to shoot 2.
Now Tijan's in foul trouble, and no points from her tonight. Strom lays it in from the line. Unfortunately, just hasn't been Tijan's night so far. We need to see a more all-around contribution, and then the ball is stolen back. I cannot believe this. 3-pointer is good by Porter. Holy buckets. So you have Caroline and Ashley with 15 points apiece to make the 30. You have the 3-pointer from Graw earlier to make it 33. And then Deerdorf laid it in earlier to make it 35. And nobody else has put up a single bucket for Ames.
It's just two.
Here's Phipps for 3. Bounces around and no good. But yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, it's just it's. I don't know what to say. This is just. The game has been blown wide open by Centennial in their aggressive scoring.
Phipps, wow, what a spin move for the teardrop, and it's 59-35. 1:40 to go in the third, and this is nearing a 30-point game, and we're not even done with the third quarter yet. Graw at the top of the key, can't find someone to pass to, shifts around. Still finding someone. Now she finds Waite. Left wing throw. Wow. Porter got a hand on it. I can't speak. I can't. Centennial. Ames just cannot do anything against this impossible Centennial defense.
I mean, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit, giving up all these kind of silly turnovers at times. But, you know, we gotta start taking some risks without turning the ball over.
Graw for 3, no. They'll call an over the back foul. That's going to be on White. Second one. That's 5 fouls now for the little Cyclones. 59-35. Aliyah Al-Hamid, a freshman guard, number 5, checks in for the Jaguars as we reach a minute to go in the third. Porter, Robin. Here's Clark. Porter from the elbow. No good, in and out. Rebound taken by Ames. 50 seconds to go in the third. And, Ames manages to keep it in her hands. Almost another. Oh man. Miscommunication from Ames to Wade, and now it's Centennial ball. I just, wow.
I can't find the words to describe how.
I got $5 that she's gonna make this. Nope, never mind. I guess I'm gonna go broke. Double or nothing. I called it before. I called it before the shot, double or nothing. I called it right before the shot. And now it's 61 to 35.
What do you think you got extra if you would have called for an and one? I don't know. Ay ay ay.
Anderson not going to get the and one. 23 seconds to go in the third. So here's Ames from the center circle. Bus, 10 seconds to go in the third.
Oh my goodness.
Quick pass to Waite. That's a deep three. No, in and out. Rebound's going to be taken by Robin. 3 seconds to go. Al-Hamid can't lay it in. Travel. There's .3. There's just 0.3 of a second in the third.
Substitution for Ames, it's number 12,
Leah Tegens checks into the Ames lineup, and Iams will just hold on to it. She literally passed the ball right to the ref.
It is Jaguars 61, the Little Cyclones 35.
A disastrous massacre for Ames, an absolute shutdown for Centennial. 61 to 35. Ames needs some real heat to come back in the fourth quarter. We'll see if they're able to after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching the holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We're about to start the fourth quarter, and there's a missed three-pointer from Clark. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go into the hands of Ames. Who desperately needs to get something going.
Yep, and really fast now. And they are going to have to not depend on Waite and Imes to do all of the heavy lifting, because that's what it's been for the majority of this game.
Speaking of which, Imes is going to lay it in inside the paint, 61 to 37. So it's almost just a 20-point game. We're getting close. There's Bus. There's a little something. But now you have Phipps, who's going to, well, timeout's taken. I think Centennial got the ball right as they called timeout.
Just, it looked like it was going to be a steal, but then just I don't know. I don't know how to describe this. Just
I don't really know.
One-sided. That third quarter was definitely one-sided. Centennial gave them they gave them an old-fashioned whooping in that third quarter.
That would be an accurate statement, my good sir. 61 to 37. Street almost lost the ball as she got it inbounded to her. Three-pointer is good from Clark. It seemed like nobody was defending her.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, trying to double team there, but it sure as heck didn't work.
Waite can't hit from outside. At the top of the key, Phipps dish to Street. And now it is Clark. Nope. No good. She gets her own rebound, just barely. Ball is going to be... That seemed a little too short for it to be called jump ball, but at least the Little Cyclones are going to get it.
Yeah.
Possession arrow is Little Cyclones.
Yeah, I would have given that maybe like a half second longer, but then it probably would have been Centennial's ball, granted.
So we're going to have a foul in the paint. That's on Street. That's her fourth. She has only contributed 3 points, so it's not too much of a... So it's not too much for them to lose Street.
Right.
Here's Graw for three. Nope. Off the back of the iron. And now it's Clark. She can't lay it in. Graw gets the rebound. Okay, so a little bit of redemption. And now it's Wade. Fouled. Wasn't able to get the bucket. It's baby steps. It's baby steps is what it ultimately is.
Yep. I got, what, 6.5 minutes to cut down a 27-point lead. That's a pretty tall task, to say the very least.
Kennedy White checks back into the Ames lineup. 6:21 to go in the fourth, 64-38. Ames just really needs something to happen. Second one's going to make it. 64-39, 6:20 to go in the fourth. Here's Clark, a pass to Phipps, pass to Porter. 6:05 to go in the fourth. Pippett. Now it's Robin at the left wing. 5:57 to go in the fourth. Clark to Porter, left wing. Pippett, top of the key.
Not
This actually might be a good strategy from Centennial to actually waste a little bit of clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not gonna shoot it unless they can be confident that they're gonna make it. They're just gonna try and drain the clock.
Ames foul is foul number 33, Julia Graw, her first. Team foul number
And well, in that case, you may as well. And if they're gonna do that, I mean, you got a 24-point lead, 5:38 to go in the fourth. Unless Ames, if they're gonna start holding the ball, then, you know, you might just get to a point where it's just ball game.
Yeah.
At this point, even though there's still 5:38 to go in this game.
It's not much time for Ames. The odds are stacked against them, and now it's a 27-point lead. Just yeah, it doesn't look good for the Little Cyclones.
Here's Waite. Can't lay it in. Kennedy White's gonna get a bucket. She is in foul trouble, so at least she was able to contribute a little bit. 41-66. Pass to Clark. Clark just inside half court. Here's Porter. Clark again, top of the key. 5:08 to go in the fourth, rather. Phipps. Inside pass, it's good. Pippett lays it in. 68-41.
assist to Phipps.
Phipps with a great assist there. That's how you know Phipps is a valuable player. She can do a little bit of everything.
That play was a little bit too easy, on my mind.
Oh. You know, you almost could have argued kick ball from White. It seemed like it was just gonna. It seemed like it was a kick ball. It seemed like it hit her foot.
It hit off the leg somewhere. Couldn't tell you exactly where. But it went out. Now Centennial draw another foul. Ooh.
So what I was seeing from Clark right there, well, from Clark and Moon, as Kennedy White is now one foul away from being done for the night, it kind of seemed like, as Clark misses her first one, as Clark was driving, Cameron Moon was having a hard time defending her. I think if Moon was just a little bit more aggressive, there could have been a better chance for her to get a stop against Clark, but now she's at the foul line.
Yeah.
17 points for Ames and Waite each. Shot break from Waite, speaking of which. And now an open lane for her to drive for the hole. She can't lay it in. She cannot lay it in. 4:05 to go in the fourth. Pass way out to Street. Now Clark, top of the key, gets it to Phipps. Left wing three. Yep. And it is a 31-point game. 3:52 to go and counting in the fourth. I just don't know what Ames is going to do at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if they can really do anything, let's just say.
Well, there's a little something from Ames. 72 to 43. Now it's just a 29-point game.
Timeout. Little Cyclones.
And a timeout is taken by Ames. So Centennial's already in the bonus. But that really doesn't matter all that much.
Well, they got 2 more fouls until they get to double bonus, so I think you technically it wouldn't be too terrible of an idea because, you know, it's going to be just a 1-and-1. And so you have a chance if they miss, you know, to go back down to the other end, get some sort of consolation points in a way.
Yeah, I ultimately would say it's going to take it would take a miracle at this point for Ames to overcome 29 points. They're already starting to, actually they have freshman Haley Precaution, number 22, is checking in for the Little Cyclones. Al-Hamid and Olivia Anderson in for the Jaguars. Haley Precaution, freshman number 22, is getting put in. That's already a sign that Ames is going to start to put in the people who don't get much playing time for the sake of giving them playing time.
Yeah.
And that's already saying that Ames is kind of throwing in the towel already. Not really throwing in the towel, but just accepting the fact that.
Yeah, they're accepting that they're not going to cut down 29-point lead in 3.5 minutes, which is almost impossible to do.
So here's pass inside. Now outside, it's Strom. Clark. Al-Hamid with a pass to Street. Right wing three is good from Clark. McKenna Clark really showed up with a 16-point performance. So what a great contribution from her. 2:49 to go in the fourth. Precaution for three, no. Waite can't put it back up and in. So Centennial will take over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Corner three is no good from Al-Hamid for the Centennial Jaguars. You know what I'm kind of thinking about right now? This is the CIML. This is CIML conference play. And I really hope that Ames can just really pull it together when it comes to playing other opponents, as Ames can't hit from outside.
Yeah, I hope this isn't a representation of what could happen in conference play, because that would not be a good picture for us to envision.
It's interesting because what happened last year was, as the ball goes out of bounds off of Moon's hand, what happened last year was Centennial was actually one of 3 teams that Ames had won against on the road, but lost to at home. It was strange. It was almost as if being at home was not an advantage, but rather a curse.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. As you mentioned before, that the only 2 wins that Ames has had against Centennial have both been on the road. So
1:30 to go in the fourth. Ella Becker will inbound for the Jaguars. And you know what I'm especially thinking about as Al-Hamid lays it in? I'm thinking about Ames having to play eventually in their schedule. I'm trying to remember when, but nevertheless, if there's any team really who's both a threat to not only Ames, but especially Ames, but also Centennial, it's the Waukee Warriors. Because they managed to be last year's state runner-ups without a single senior on their roster.
Oh, my.
Not one senior on their roster, and they were the runner-ups of last year. So I think if anybody, the Waukee Warriors are going to be the absolute Goliath of Class 5A Iowa high school girls basketball. They'll be an extremely tough team to beat, and as of right now, they are the indefinite favorites to win that state championship.
I wouldn't disagree with you there. I mean, they got everybody coming back, and they'll probably be even better. So,
Clock has moved down to just 10 seconds to go in the fourth. Eliza Lucky, as well as Allie Franson and Madison Panconen checked in as well. Here's Cameron Moon. Allie Franson decides not to put up a shot, and that brings us to your final.
Jaguars 79 to the Cyclones 43. Basketball fans, before they
A
leave the floor,
37-point blowout from the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars.
Tonight. Congratulations, Coach.
I think is that Scott DeJong who just got his 100?
don't know. I don't know. What did not hear.
Nevertheless, I don't have any words to just describe what happened. This is very similar, actually, to what happened last year when Ames played Centennial. The defense was just absolutely phenomenal from Centennial, and Ames had no response.
Yeah.
No, they couldn't respond in any way.
Same story happened tonight, and good thing there's a break. You got 2 weeks to try and forget about it and prepare for your next conference opponents, because you got long season ahead, and you don't want to have a repeat of what happened tonight happening after the break. So just take the break, refresh, sort of restart, and hopefully they'll be good to go after the break.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, just a little notification for the girls basketball fans. Our next doubleheader that we will do will be not until January 15th. So about roughly 3 weeks from now will be our next doubleheader, just for the girls fans who are wondering. Ankeny will be our next doubleheader. And, well, one more reminder for those watching that AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube is brought to you by the following: OBS Studio, free and open source software for video recording and live streaming. Download and start streaming quickly and easily on Windows, Mac, or Linux. And by YouTube Live, bringing you live streams on youtube.com since 2008. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all things AHS Sports Network, you can follow us on our Twitter and Instagram. We hope to have a Facebook coming soon. But in the meantime, for the girls fans, thank you very much for tuning in to this holiday edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. The girls fall very short, 79-43, thanks to the very aggressive defense of the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Girls fans, we will see you next January 15th. Same time, same place versus the Ankeny Hawks. But until then, oh, also, we hope that maybe you'll consider watching the boys' side of the doubleheader, which will be starting in roughly the next 15 minutes or so. But nevertheless, with that being said, that's going to do it for this edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. We wish everybody a happy holidays from all of us at AHS Sports Network. And until next time, I'm Carter White.
I'm Ryan Eggert. Stay safe.
Absolutely. The voices of your Ames High Little Cyclones signing off.
God, what the fuck was that?